This all can't be all sunshine, lollipops, roses, and Model Ts tittering across the countryside. Ford nowadays, meaning this time in 1913, is beginning to have some problems. There is this movement that's shown up. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's called unions, and they're scary to Henry Ford. Henry Ford sees this union that used to be super powerful, but now only has about 30,000-ish members, called the Wobblies, or otherwise called the IWW. At this time, you also have the old ones like the Knights of Labor and United Auto Workers, but they come later. I wonder why they formed. It's not like the guy who invented the car would be pursued by United Auto Workers. No, no, no. That's later. During this time, Henry Ford is being pursued by the Wobblies, and the name is based off of how, the Hoovervilles during the Depression, would be like these ramshackle shacks. And they're basically saying people are poor enough that they have to live in these houses that sway with the wind. And Henry Ford is a little stressed about this. So he goes to his business office and he sits down and he thinks. Henry Ford, during his time making this previously stated load of money, has been an increasing advocate of what people have now called today welfare capitalism. I never thought I'd have to say the word. The idea of that is basically saying, well, I have this massive company, why shouldn't it serve the people? And Henry Ford then goes out to the papers. He sees this high turnover in his factories taking place out of Detroit, Michigan, and he says, I'm going to pay every worker $5 a day. And everyone goes crazy. That's about $162-ish a day today. And that's for 8 hours of factory work. You get to sit there and do assembly line work, which Henry Ford also pioneered. And Henry Ford had seen all these people with high turnover rates, hiring 300 people for a 100 people position, and he said, how can I solve this? And he had people lining up around the corner, all the way down the street, day after day after day, just to apply for these $5 a day jobs. Now, you may ask, why was this so successful? Well, because he had just doubled the standard industrial wage. The wage before was $2.34, and Henry Ford just doubled it. This was a grand opportunity, especially if you were an assembly line worker looking to finance a family. This back then was enough to actually pay for a family. I was a little jealous because I was like, I'm making my $5 a day right now and can barely afford to be alive, so...